the last few days we've been talking to Robert Rochelle, and I know he was going through a lot on Thanksgiving. I was just kind of curious just what you thought of what he gave you guys, and then also with everything that was kind of going on, just what you thought of his performance to step up like that.
Well, as far as Robert goes, every time he's up, he plays well for us. You know, he plays in all four phases, does a really good job. He's physical, he can run, he's really smart. We play him at multiple positions. And then, you know, it's unfortunate what happened, you know, with him and what he went through. But he did a great job of dealing with it. I know the guys in the locker room are real close. You know, we call him Scooter. So the guys are real close with him, and I think they rallied around him certainly throughout the day of the game. And, you know, he went in and performed well. The opportunity came, and he made it, you know, made the best of it. So
When Coach LaFleur awards him a game ball, does that also send a message like anybody on this team can make a difference in a game?
I think Coach has done a great job with that all year, that anyone can make a difference in the game. And it's come up a bunch, you know, taking the ball away is a big deal to everyone. It's certainly a big deal to us. And then, you know, I think Bo made the big play in the Minnesota game and gave us a chance there. And now Robert comes up with it. And, you know, I think the ball is critical, right? You win the ball, you win the game. So I think for Coach LaFleur to do that, he's been doing that with guys on offense, on defense, and in the kicking game. It's certainly emphasized what we're trying to do with takeaways in the game. And I think for him to get the game ball just shows that it can go to anybody, right? That gets in position to make a play and then makes the play. So I think Coach has done a great job with that throughout the year.
On that punt, the way it seemed like it kind of drifted at the end, was that something Daniel did kicking it, or was that just the elements kind of screwing up the return?
Well, he was going across. He calls it a boomerang. But that wind, as we've seen, you know, that's the same end zone that, you know, Keyshawn had the trouble with. I can't remember what game, but Keyshawn had trouble with the ball down there too. So it's a difficult end zone. That was a young return guy. And, you know, the second one almost came out as well, you know, going the other way. So, you know, when Daniel goes across his body like that and the ball starts, that point goes up and that tail comes down, it drifts away. You better get your belly button under the ball. So it was fortunate for us.
With all their injuries, what challenges does it make as far as prepping for their guys? Like their punt returners out. I think they got rid of their kick returners on IR. The punt returners out. I'm sure they probably had to elevate a bunch of their other guys that fill roles. So what does that do for you guys?
Yeah, I think somebody's going to be back there on both, you know. So we're, again, Dave Phipp does a tremendous job. Coach Campbell's built a bully over there, and they'll have people back there ready to play. I thought they played well, you know, last week with the guys that they had back there. Punter's a tremendous player. Kicker's playing outstanding. Heck of a year, you know, coming from the USFL. So we're expecting to play a fast, physical team. We always do. We go against each other and see who comes out on the better end.
What's unique about Fox as the punter? Just his consistency or distance? Or
He's really good catch to kick time. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. He's played a lot of indoor games, you know, so he does a great job directing the football, putting it where he wants. He can play the boundary. He can play across the field. He's a tremendous holder. You know, he's been around a while, and he's got a lot of experience. So, you know, I thought he came here in bad weather and played really well also. So a lot of respect for him and the way he plays.
Hey, Rich, talking to Orzek today, he pointed out how the operation has been through a bunch of different weather situations. Obviously, that's not an issue this week. But how have you seen that battery kind of hit a consistency point with the three of them now that they've had some time together?
Yeah, good question. I just think it's a credit to them and the amount of work that they get, you know, during practice, on their own, days off, you know, things of that nature, that they have the ability to go in the creek and do some of those things. But, you know, we have a routine that we go through, and it all starts with Matt. You know, I've heard in the last few weeks people talked about you know, field goals are becoming mundane now, and PATs becoming mundane, and it's, you know, it's not an object that just sits there. You know, it's an operation. You got to snap it, you got to hold it, and you got to kick it, right? You got to get laced a certain way, and no one talks about the ball. You know, it's a kicking ball. If you look in the cold weather, that thing looks like a shiny, greased up, you know, piece of pigskin. But it's a different ball as well. So to handle that at the snapper position in all different kinds of weather is a credit to him. But it's a credit to the three of them in the way in which they work. It's been a good battery so far. I would expect it to stay the same.
Who do you expect to be their punt returner? Do you know?
Yep.
Xander, or do you think it's?
Well, I mean, they've played a bunch of guys back there, you know. They put, they'll have somebody back there. The last guy they played back there was really fast, so it seems everybody they put back there is faster than the guy that was there before. So we'll.
Multiple guys that
Sure.
you have.
Again, I'm just expecting them to have somebody back there that's extremely capable, you know. We have to do a good job of wrapping up and tackling.
Rich, what do you think of just the job that Keyshawn did on the first return there to kind of get things going? I think that was his longest of the season.
Yeah, I think it was finally well blocked, you know, and I think we had over there, I know Eric had a good block and Zane, I believe, and I thought Brendan Cox did a good job his first time out there for us, got a good block on the front side. So Key does a great job of setting those up when he's going to go in that direction, and like to see him make the kicker miss every now and then, but we give him enough crap for that in our building. So Kyle Wilbur said I think he thinks he's been tackled by every kicker in the National Football League. So, but yeah, it's a good way. Obviously, you know, some momentum, right? To start a game like that, they defer, they give us the ball, and we have a chance to make a big play. And then after that, you know, we stalled out, but we had the play on the punt, you know, to set us up on that. So it was a good way to start the game.
You guys were obviously ready for their fake there last year. I'm sure you emphasized watch out for the fakes every week. Is it heightened this week, just given that they like to do that sometimes?
Again, it's one of those teams, you know, that's had a lot of those, and they've lost Maven back there to this point. You know, I hope he comes back in place soon. He's one of my favorite players in the league. He's a tremendous player. He does a lot of things when he's back there, and so you're always preparing for him when he's there. The guy they have now has played a lot of football, and I'm sure they could do the same things with him. So you have to be prepared for that going into the game, because they've done it at any place, you know, at any time. I think ours was on the 23-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, you know, and so you have to be prepared for that going into the game. But, you know, you don't want to play scared either. You want to put yourself in position to hopefully, you know, put some pressure on them and give us a chance to make a play somewhere in the punt return game as well.